$300 headphones versus $3,000 headphones. Which should you buy, or should you buy something that expensive? And what's the difference between, you know, 300 and 3,000? Are those 10 times better? All of these answers in this video.
DelicateBeats.com.
Hey everyone, JT here for DelicateBeats.com, and as some of you may know, I'm very much of a headphones type of guy. Yes, I've got monitors, but I'd say 95% of my monitoring duties are achieved with a pair of these bad boys right here. And today I wanted to tell you guys what should you expect from a very, very expensive pair of headphones. Should you invest in something that's more maybe mid-range? And what's the difference between a very expensive pair and a not so expensive pair of headphones? Let's start with the K-702s. These are made by AKG. And I'm pretty much an AKG fanboy. I've been for at least, I'd say, 10 to 15 years. I've had some Sennheisers before, but ever since I bought my first pair of AKGs, I didn't go back. These are extremely transparent. They're not boosted in the lows or in the highs, let's say like a Beats by Dre. Some could say the sound is less pleasing or exciting, or should I say flattering, not pleasing. But I've been mixing with these kinds of cans for, like I said, 10 years, and I've been very happy with my mixes. I've been able to achieve, obviously, broadcast-ready mixes with these, and as you can tell, they're beat up because I've used them extensively. You can look at the frequency response chart online. I'll probably paste one over my face throughout the video, but these have a little bit of a dip in the low mids, which gives some clarity. They're very open, also because of the design. They're very, very lightweight. And like I said, they right now on Amazon go for roughly $300, at least Canadian dollars on Amazon.ca, so maybe even cheaper on .com. So what is the strength of these headphones? Well, I would say that the mids are really warm. They are not ear tiring. Like the 2 to 5K range is very, very, I think there's even a dip on there. They sometimes made me boost some of those harsher frequencies. So that's something you have to look out for. But for the price, I've always been very, very, like a strong proponent of AKG as a brand, and the K-702s especially as one of their flagship models. But me being a cans kind of guy, wow, that came out kind of wrong, but I'll leave it in there. I love listening to my music in headphones, and that's why I primarily work with headphones versus monitors. Obviously, I live in an apartment, so also it comes in handy that I don't really disturb anyone by blasting my music extremely loud through these bad boys right here. Personally, I see a lot of ATM 50s, ATM 30s. Can't remember the brand, but once I post the images on the video, you'll see Audio-Technica, sorry. So I've tried those because they were so popular. I was like, maybe I'm missing out on something, or maybe I'm just not getting it. But to me, the sound is very dry, very cold, if that makes sense. And when you listen to music, especially when you're mixing for 8, 10, 12 hours straight, yes, fidelity and frequency response is something to look out for, but for me, the important thing is that they are not ear tiring, that they are pleasing to the ear, and obviously that they give kind of an accurate image of what your sound is. And so this is where the $3,000 headphones come into play. These are the Audeze LCD-3s. When I purchased them, they were almost top of the line. I think they had the LCD-4s, if I'm not mistaken. I got these for one main reason, is that these were the most ear-pleasing headphones I've tried on. I tried the HD 800s, I think, by Sennheiser. The HD 800s were, according to most like blog posts and high fidelity nerds out there on YouTube and all of that, they were like the most praised headphones. And oddly enough, when I tried them on, I hated with a passion the sound that came out of these headphones from hell. And that's when I realized what I was on the market for. And I was on the market for something that was mid-heavy in terms of like warmth, and because I've always struggled with my mids. A professional mix, in my humble opinion, had to have carefully crafted mids, and so I needed that, but I also needed something that was more flattering to just the listening experience. And that's where these bad boys come in, because they have an incredible bottom. They have a very, very crisp high frequency range. They are crispier than the AKG K-702s. So basically it enhanced everything that I loved about the AKGs. And then I thought that I would have, like, I could be listening to music for longer and longer periods of time using these headphones. Now, if we talk about the downside, obviously the price tag is not for everyone. I understand that I'm a professional, and therefore these expenses are easier to pass on my business expenses, so they're tax deductible basically. But if you wonder, and that's the whole point of the video, if you wonder if there is like an actual tenfold improvement from 300 to 3000, let me tell you right now, the answer is no. Some might even like the K-702s better than the Audezes. It's always how your ear is tuned up, like what's your natural in-ear EQ basically, and what frequencies are pleasing to you. Maybe some frequencies you don't hear as well, maybe you need them to be reproduced with greater detail. In my case, like I said, I had trouble with harsh frequencies. 1K to 5K roughly is where I struggled. My mixes were harsh, and these, I would say, do not necessarily improve my listening experience in those terms. That being said, like I said, they have a rounder bottom. I can hear like 50 hertz on these, like maybe not hear, but feel. As on the K-702s, you don't hear any of that. Below, I'd say 80 hertz, you don't hear or feel anything. Also, on these, what's better is that since the high end is a bit more detailed, I don't need to push my, and actually I've been putting like cuts with high shelves on most of my shakers, hi-hats, vocals. I don't boost as much because I hear it. And I hear the clarity and the frequency separation. So, and then the biggest downside of these is the weight, really, because I've never looked back. Like $3,000 for me was kind of crazy at the time. I wasn't used to spend that much money on headphones, but I was like, if I'm working 8 hours, 10 hours a day with headphones on my head, listening, blasting my ears with loud music, a lot of bass, I might as well have something that's also pleasing, right? And that was the whole reason I went into the hi-fi market for high quality headphones. Getting to my point, those being very heavy is not really something I like. In the summer, because they are like, I don't know if it's like real leather or fake leather, but you'll get sweaty ears with those in the summer. So that's another thing that's not the best. I mean, the K-702s are so lightweight and so open that you don't sweat as much, or you actually don't really sweat. But I guess if you want to have like a really, really rich and bold sound, you're gonna need heavier headphones. And these obviously are like literally strapping tiny speakers on your ears. It is that bad. I mean, they're probably twice the weight. My advice when buying headphones is to look for something that you like listening to. Simple as that. Because everything has a flaw. Even the most expensive model, I talked about the HD 800s, which I hated with a passion. They have no bass, they have no mids. They're very, very crisp and very clear. The high frequencies, let's say on above 500, are probably reproduced second to none. But me, personally, I couldn't picture myself listening to those for hours and hours and hours. My rationale is that you might as well invest in something that you like listening to and just get to know your piece of equipment. Like I said, these guys, I still have a little bit of an issue with like 2K, 4K. Some of my mixes will still sound a bit harsh in the car, and so I know that I need to back off a bit on these frequencies with these. The rest of the frequencies are perfectly okay. I mean, I did improve my mixes right away when I started to work with these. You should probably not purchase $3,000 headphones unless you have that kind of play money. And you should also try out a lot of different pairs and see what you like listening to. Bring your favorite songs on your like iPod or iPhone or whatever MP3 player you've got, and reference a lot of headphones and purchase something that you will love listening to and that will give you pleasure. Because yeah, of course you want your mixes to be, you know, you want everything to be transparent, but I think there's a great misconception in the monitoring world where you have to have a flat frequency response, whatever that means, because it does not exist. For me, it did the trick, and I will never buy a pair of headphones or a pair of speakers not based on my appreciation of the quality of the sound. As simple as that. I'll probably change these Yamahas in a few years, and maybe I won't even buy, you know, studio monitors. I might just buy speakers that I like listening to, and I'll just get to know them by referencing on different types of monitoring gear, whether it be, you know, little tiny iPhone earbuds, my car, and friends' speakers, whatever, if the COVID stops at one point. So this is what I had for you guys today. If you have any questions on either, you know, the AKGs or the Audezes, or if you want to give recommendations to our family in the comments, go ahead. I mean, we're all here to share the knowledge and the little secrets. So on this note, my name is JT for delicatebeats.com. If you like the video, share it on social media, comment, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And one last thing, if you want to support the channel, want to see more videos like this, you can support Delicate Beats by going on the website, delicatebeats.com. On there we have a bunch of cool tools to help producers improve their music and their careers. Stuff such as Serum presets, contact libraries. I have my book, which teaches you how to create a passive income from music by selling your beats online. I explain exactly how I did it. The title of the book is The Bedroom Super Producer. If you like the book, you've already read it. Now is maybe the time for you to take a step further into that world with the masterclass, The Bedroom Super Producer. All of these things I'll link down below in a pinned comment, so don't worry about it. It'll be simple. And so on this note, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.